Hello there and welcome to part 2 of solving equations with algebra tiles. Alright, so we've done 2 questions. If you turn your paper over, I believe you have 2 more templates to work on. So let's go on to number 3 and just keep this ball of fun rolling. Okay, so again, we're going to keep them really simple because it's easier to draw the algebra tiles. So please get everything down. Let's put that equal sign in the middle and split this in 2 halves. And remember, this is like a balance. If we do something to one side, we have to do it to the other side as well. So let's say that I have, again, we're going to keep it really simple. X plus 5 equals 8. Again, I don't care if you already know what the answer is. It's about representing and understanding why we do what we do when we solve equations. If we're going to set this up, okay, it's a little bit different this time. Let's look and see what we have. We have x, and then we also have 5. So we have x plus 5 looks like this. So draw your x plus 5 on there. And then on the other side, we have 8. You go ahead and draw that. I'm going to do a little shortcut here so I can speed the video up a little bit. Whoops. There's 5. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you have x plus 5. And on the right-hand side, we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Okay, so remember the name of the game. The object of the game is to basically get one blue piece all by itself. Well, this blue piece is not by itself. It's having 5 added. So we have to get rid of these. Now here's the deal. If I just add a negative and create a 0 pair, do you see what would happen to that block right there? That block technically would disappear. So I want to basically get rid of each one of these pieces. So if I put a red block there and a red block there, now that's -1, that's -2, that's -3, that's -4, that's -5. Now, before I go on, let's record what we should have here. Okay, so we have x plus 5, that's what we started with. We had equals, over here we have 8. All right, so you need to write that down, and you need to kind of draw this picture. You would probably want to draw, positive x, and then next to it put a negative x. So you match up the 0 pairs there. See the 0 pairs we created? So what we did is we added -5, right? We added 5 negatives. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Basically making all of these go away. Now, remember, if we did it to this side, we have to keep the other side balanced. So I have to also put down -5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So draw your matching 0 tiles next to the ones you drew already. And then let's circle what's left over in our picture. Okay, that is left. All right, but I'm going to use a highlighter. Now that highlighter's not going to show up. Let me find one, a nice highlighter color. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it's going to make me pick a color. Let's try that. All right, I'm going to zero out my 0 pairs. So you might draw a line through the 0 pairs because these are now gone. Okay, that's a 0 pair gone. So cross out the 0 pairs. Okay, and let's circle what remains. So I circled that a second ago. You have 1x there, and look what's left here. These 3 pieces. So when I do the math right here, this 5 plus -5 right here, 5 plus -5 is 0. So that cancels out. Okay, that's what the 0 pair did right there. So you're left with 1x. There it is. There's your 1x right there. That's equal to what remains over here. We have 3, but how did we get there? Record it right there. We added -5. That was when we put down the 5 reds. When we put those down, you have 8 plus -5 is 3. So 1x is equal to 3. And that's the right answer. Now again, we can check it, and we should. I'd like this on your paper. X plus 5 was the original equation. So if we said 3 plus 5, is that equal to 8? Yes, it is. So that's my check. That proves me that 3 is the solution. That is the answer. Now again, I know you can do this without, but I can simply change these numbers and make that harder for you. Right now it's about creating the picture that represents the equation and correctly writing down what I need to see. So all this needs to be on your paper in your notes, please. All right, let's do one more question and I will be done with this, number 4. All right, let's try it with some negatives. All right, let's put that equal sign in the middle there. Draw your line down the middle. We're dividing those into 2 halves, and on the left-hand side, let's say x minus 6. And on the right-hand side, let's say negative 3. All right, go ahead and draw your picture. There's x. Now I've got 6 negatives, so you'll need 6 negative signs right there. 6 negative ones, that is. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Okay, I'm going to put negative 3 on the other side now. Alrighty. So there we have x minus 6 or plus negative 6. We can think that as plus negative. And what I want to do now is solve for the x. Remember the game? The name of the game is to get one x, one blue x by itself. So all I have to do is get rid of these reds here. So if I add a blue over each red, it'll get rid of it for me. See the 0 pairs? Here's another 0 pair, and another 0 pair, another 0 pair. So this is what we had. We had x plus negative 6, or we could say, let's just call it x plus negative 6 was equal to negative 3. What we just did here is we added 6 blues. Add 6, add 6. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do it to the right-hand side, though. Because I added 6 blues here, you have to keep it balanced. So I'm going to add 6 blues here. Watch what happens here. There's 3 of them, but I got to keep going. 4, 5, 6. All right, so over here, let me cross out my 0 pair. So that's 0 pair out, canceled, canceled. And then over here, these 0 pairs canceled out. So you are left on the left-hand side. There it is. That's what you want. Here's where it happened. Here, down here, you want negative 6 plus 6 is 0. So you're left with that 1x. And that's equal to, and then those all canceled out. And on this side, you have 3 remaining. So 1x equals 3. You should check it. If you look back at the original question, x plus negative 6, that would be 3, plus negative 6 is equal to negative 3. And that's what we have up here. So we're happy. And again, this is the answer. 1x equals 3 is the answer to the question right there. Okay, so that's the information that you'll need to know. Please bring these notes back to class, and we will be doing an activity with those when I see you next.